artificial intelligence is the new stenographer. I'm Tonya Hall for ZDNet and Tech Republic, and joining me is Sam Liang. He is the CEO and co-founder of AISense and the app Otter.ai. Welcome, Sam.
Thank you, Tonya.
Jason Heiner of Tech Republic interviewed you when you had your beta launch of Mobile World Congress back in the first quarter of 2018. Tell us about what AISense is all about and what's changed since that interview.
We have made tremendous improvement on both the backend AI technologies, which improves the speech recognition, accuracy, and latency significantly, and also improve the UI and user experience tremendously. We also added a lot of new features. We added a freemium model into the system. We've got, I would say, hundreds of thousands of users who generate, in total, we would have, more than 1 million meetings have been processed by the Otter system.
Now you're talking about the Otter.ai app that you launched and the technology that goes with that. So what does the Otter app do?
Otter is an app you can use on a web browser or iPhone or Android. It generates voice meeting notes automatically. It uses the latest deep learning technologies to recognize the speech, generate text. It also uses a new technology we created called diarization and speaker ID to separate different speakers and label the identity of each speaker. So users use it for meetings, phone calls, video conferences, to take notes, so you don't have to write your manual notes anymore.
Explain diarization and the technology that you created, including speaker ID.
Diarization, again, it uses pretty sophisticated deep learning technologies to differentiate the sound between different speakers. For example, between your voice and my voice, the pitch is different, the pace is different, different frequency. We use different words or different style. The diarization tries to understand that characteristics and separate your speech and my speech. And then speaker ID uses another technology called the iVector to generate a huge matrix to identify each person's voice, so that after we use about 1 minute of your voice to generate the voice profile, we can match the rest of the conversation and label your voice and my voice separately. And also in the future, let's say a month later, we start talking again, it can still recognize your voice. Conceptually, this is similar to face recognition.
What kind of accuracy are you seeing?
It varies, but it's actually for speech recognition, especially for native speakers, we can get more than 93% accurate. It highly depends on the background noise, the accent. For myself, I have some accent. The accuracy is slightly lower, but that's another another enhancement we have done tremendously since February. We have trained the system to recognize a lot of accents really well, including, in Silicon Valley, there are a lot of Indian engineers, Chinese engineers, so we're able to recognize their accents really well. We have also seen a lot of users from UK, from Australia, who have different accents than the USA. We're able to recognize their accents pretty well now.
You were previously the lead at Google Maps. How did your experience there influence you and the concept behind Otter AI?
Right, I was the lead of a Google Map location service. Our team actually created the Blue Dot system on Google Mobile Map. Google is definitely, I think, still the most innovative company Has tremendous innovation culture there. I came from a technology background, so I've been thinking as an engineer. In the meantime, of course, we want to build something people love to use. So Google, one major part I learned from Google is to think big. Google's mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. So for Otter, we actually thinking something similar. We say, hey, we are trying to organize world's voice information and make it universally accessible and useful. This is, basically, this is the fundamental motivation why we're doing this. We see, if you look at the world, there are billions of people in the world. Everybody talk for several hours or listen to other people's talk for several hours every day. And most of this information is actually lost. But today, with the modern deep learning technologies, with the price reduction on storage and CPU, we are actually able to process this huge amount of information. So, this is why we're doing Otter. It's getting adopted by a lot of people.
Tell us about your recent experience in San Francisco at the TechCrunch Disrupt event.
Right. TechCrunch Disrupt is a big conference that just finished last week. It's a 3-day conference. More than 8,000 people attended the conference. TechCrunch selected Otter as the exclusive official voice app for the conference. They use Otter to transcribe all the keynote speeches, all the panels that happened on the main stage in real time, and they show the transcript in 3 big screens in the main conference hall. So users can see the transcript either on the 3 big screen, or if they're not present, they can also see the live transcript on their mobile app. Remotely. So anywhere on the internet, people can use it to get the transcript in real time. Another aspect is accessibility for people who could not hear or could not process auditory information well enough. They can use Otter to get the transcript visually, of course. Reporters love this as well. We've seen reporters actually copy and paste the real-time transcript into their own editor and write their storage in real time. So they want to publish the storage as soon as possible.
Sam, I can see a lot of use cases for this technology. What's to be expected in the future? What are you working on next?
Continue to improve the accuracy, continue to make it more robust, a lot more new features. For example, once you get the transcript, it's actually the very first step. The next step is to do more natural language processing, to understand the conversation better, to understand what is being discussed, what are the keywords being used, what names are mentioned in the conversation, what company names. For salespeople, they're very sensitive on, when the customers mention their competitor's name. How often do they mention their competitor's name, for example? Action items, we know product managers in a lot of large companies are using Otter to take meeting notes for their project meetings. So usually for these meetings, they want to know the action items. So we are building new technologies to extract action items automatically, so that we can put that into your calendar. We can remind you, hey, by Monday you have to finish this PowerPoint deck. Other things like a better speaker ID, because suppose your name is mentioned 3 times in the meeting, and maybe you want to be notified that other people mention your name. And also search based on the speaker ID. What did Tonya say 3 weeks ago about self-driving car, for example? That type of questions, we're going to have Otter handle that so that you can ask a natural question. You can say, hey, Otter, what did Tonya say last week? We're able to answer that question for you based on all the meetings Otter has heard.
That's a lot of search, Sam. I say a lot of stuff. So I'm really excited about this technology as we continue to explore language to text. And this idea of voice is a facial recognition. You basically identifying voice is very interesting. You guys are doing some great work. Sam Liang, CEO and co-founder of AISense. Thank you so much for joining me. If somebody wants to find out more about you or connect with you, or maybe they want to get your Otter.ai app, how can they do that?
Yeah, visit Otter.ai and download Otter app from Apple App Store or Google Play Store. It's a free app to try. And also, feel free to email me at sam@aisense.com or sam@otter.ai.
Thanks again, Sam. And if you guys want to find more of my interviews, you can do that right here on ZDNet or Tech Republic, or find my website at tonyahall.net. I've got links to all my social channels. Thanks for watching.